Hello, I'm Richard Ridge.
And I'm Chloe Pusey, and welcome to the 15th Annual Roger Rees Awards.
Enjoy. We have Beth Level coming to join us, Tony Award winner, of course. How are you, my love?
I'm so good. Hi, everybody.
So we're live tonight at Broadway World.
Hi, live at Broadway World.
Totally. Now tell
Hi.
Beth who you are.
Hi, I'm Chloe Pusey. I'm the student reporter.
Fantastic.
She won the Roger Rees Journalism Award, so she did the boop carpet with me already, and now she's hosting the pre-Roger Rees carpet with me tonight.
How you doing? How's it feel?
It's a lot of bright lights.
Yeah, a lot of bright lights. Like, say something. I'm like, beep. That's me, not you.
So what do you want to ask her first?
Thank you. So I heard a little bit about how you played Dee Dee Allen for the prom. I actually saw that. My friend's high school did prom last year, and I went to see it twice.
So many people doing probably my favorite show on the planet, The Prom. I'm so thrilled. Where did you see it? Around here?
North Shore High School in Long Island.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So what was your question?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to students who want to be like up and coming successful actors like yourself?
Yeah, that's
the big question.
That's a big question. It would take me the rest of the night, and it would just be my opinion. I think studying, learning your craft, learning who you are or who you want to be as an artist, seeing everything you can see, auditioning for everything you can get your hands on, because you learn from your mistakes and you learn from your successes equally, I think. And to thine own self be true. Your authenticity and your singularity, I think, is really your gift. And just keep exploring that and keep and love yourself.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, judging. How
judging.
tough is this? Like,
It's impossible.
What are you looking forward
See,
to?
I'm like, everyone's great. Everyone wins.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the future of theater. And it's a real privilege to sit at, and I hate judging, but, not everyone can win, for lack of a better word, even though I think everyone does win because you're here. But in the way this is working, some people will win, but everyone is a winner. And I cannot wait to see everyone's singularity out there tonight and in the future, no matter what happens tonight.
Well, the interesting thing is over 170 high school students from the greater New York area participated. There are 50 of them on stage
I know.
that you're going to see tonight.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to celebrate all of you.
Well, it is always a pleasure to see you.
It's a pleasure.
But I want to ask you, how much fun are you having? Because right now, Beth is one of the co-stars of Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends.
You asked me, am I having a good time?
Yeah.
Yes. It's I have to say it, my 15th Broadway show.
Yeah.
And I know. And to be able to just be in Sondheim's genius 8 shows a week, even if I'm not singing it, it's changed my life a little bit.
But you're doing a definitive Ladies Who Lunch with Cameron McIntosh gave to you for your audition, right?
Yes, he
did.
did.
And what did he say to you after you finished the number?
Okay, he said to me, darling, when you hear a song and all of a sudden you hear it for the very first time. So I think, my interpretation of Ladies Who Lunch, I don't have to stick to the arc and the plot of Company, so we've lifted it and kind of making it its own little thing. So I'm really pleased to be able to share this singular version of it that everyone seems to be kind of enjoying.
Yeah. Well, listen, we thank you very much for dropping by to see us and just being a part of tonight for these awards and looking at the future. Because these
can't
kids,
wait.
We didn't have this when I was in high school.
We sure didn't.
Right?
I wish we did.
Could you imagine if you and I went to high school together?
Oh my gosh, we would. I hope we would be talented enough to get into these awards.
Totally. Tony Award winner.
Congratulations to you.
Nice to meet you.
I love it. Twice in 1 week.
Totally.
Come on now.
All right, my love. Had the best time tonight. Of course, that was Beth Level. Joining us right now is award winner Mark Shaman, composer lyricist.
Hello.
How are you doing
Hello.
tonight?
Who are we talking to?
You can talk to the camera, but you can talk to Chloe too. Chloe, tell Mark who you are.
I'm Chloe Pusey. I
Hi.
won the Roger Rees Student Reporter Award.
She won the Journalism Award already for tonight. So that's why she's doing the pre-carpet.
You're a student?
Yes.
A high school student.
senior.
Really? You seem well beyond your years.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So Mark,
Speaking of well beyond his years,
who are you looking at? Oh, that person over there.
Yeah.
Listen, judging, how thrilled are you to be here? Is it frightening? Is it like,
Well, I have mixed emotions because I'm looking forward to hearing the singing and the performing, but judging.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rather judgmental, I guess, but I don't like judging. I quit, not quit. I skipped gym class to get out of competing. I ran to the auditorium to play the piano and sing and dance to not be in competition. So that's not, it's also subjective and everyone is so different. How do you possibly, but tonight I'm going to have to judge.
so did you have anything like this in your high school?
No,
Like the Roger Rees Awards?
all this stuff happened long after I was in. Maybe if this had been in high schools, I wouldn't have cut class. I left high school when I was 16. I got the state diploma. I got a diploma. It's more glamorous to say I dropped out of school, but no, things like French Woods. What's it called? Like all those kind of, or the Jimmy Awards. There was nothing like that I knew of. It would have completely changed my life. On the other hand, things worked out fine. But
I think so.
But I would have loved. I never got to be like people who all loved the same thing and wanted to be doing the same thing. I was kind of like the oddity. So I'm really envious of these kids to be in a community like this.
How do you think this community helps them build up their like repertoire and like experience with being on, well, not Broadway, but like in this industry?
Well, I could only imagine that they get to hear and see a lot of people who are different from themselves and get to hear the wide amount of material and the ways of performing. And so they get to not just be in their own little bubble. So that's phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I'll pick up something.
You have one of the most joyous shows on Broadway this season with Smash. I mean, I ran into someone on the street today. I was like, "What'd you see last night?" They're like, "Smash," and I'm like, "We had the best time just watching the show and coming out of it and like just having the time of their life."
Thank you.
What have you enjoyed the most, Mark, about working on Smash for Broadway?
Oh, well, the sound of the audience erupting at the end of the numbers where you hope they're going to erupt. We have a cast of the most talented people who can sing their butts off and dance and act and comedy timing. And so, and Scott and I wrote songs for the TV show that were just one per week. So they had to be like, a big showstopper. And now suddenly there's just like 19 of them in a row. So that's why we had to, give different characters the songs because, no one person could possibly sing all those songs or they, like Marilyn, would die at the end of the evening. So that's a thrill. It's an absolute thrill. Yeah.
And like I said, this is the future. The kids you see from the high schools that all played an incredible role and got voted to be a part of this. I mean, looking at your young self when you're going to judge all these kids or, just look at them all. I mean, it's got to be exciting to sort of see the future in front of you tonight upstairs.
Sure, especially since I'm heading off to the pasture. I'm being brought to the back of the barn and yeah. Well,
that's his sense of humor. It's really not, though.
No, it's true.
Well, listen, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes because I would say everybody's a winner upstairs because Chloe and I watched the opening number,
amazing.
which was
And
absolutely.
the closing. I caught the closing.
Yeah. So
now, and I'm not going to have to talk about each specific performance, right?
I don't believe
I don't think so. No.
Smiling and then writing things
right.
on
and
a piece
passing
of
it off,
paper.
I think, to somebody.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have the heart to do that.
I know. But like I said, just have the best time tonight.
Okay.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
It's great to
And
meet you.
congratulations
Thank
to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Look at that already. Can you imagine? Look. Beth Level. Mark Shaman. Oh, come on down.
Bye.
How are you? Now tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Kiara Brown Clark, and I'm representing Disney Theatrical Group. Yes.
Okay, so you're one of the co-sponsors. I mean,
Yes.
you produced this
Yes.
with the Broadway Alliance.
Yes, and I'm also one of the judges tonight.
All right, so let's first talk about Disney getting involved in this and why they wanted to be a part of this.
Well, we just support education and the arts to the highest extreme. I actually work within education and audience engagement, so this is the student performances are near and dear to our hearts at Disney, and we just have so much fun, and it's amazing to see the beginnings of what could possibly be like incredible careers. I mean, these kids are incredible.
Yeah, what are you most looking forward to tonight?
I think I'm most looking forward to the diversity of performers and performances, because every year there's something new that we get to view as judges, and that's so exciting to me to see the far reach of this program and the awards and who in New York are a part of this amazing journey. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Because Chloe and I have already seen I saw the opening number with her. She watched the closing number.
Is it so?
They're both really good.
So excited.
You have a lot to look forward to tonight.
So judging easy for you? Like, how do you deal with that?
No
Yeah.
way. Oh my goodness. It's the most difficult thing to do. I love this evening. I love the Roger Rees Awards, but judging every single person on the stage is so uber talented that it is always a difficult back and forth personally for me. And I'm like second guessing myself, but then there are moments where there are standouts where like, wow, yes, they're going to advance to the next round. So, which are the Jimmy Awards.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yes.
because there were 50 of them tonight on
Right.
stage. There were over
There's
170
170
that
of them.
participated, right?
Oh, I know. And that's the reach that I'm talking about, to
Yeah.
have all those students be able to participate in the awards. I mean, like, that's pretty incredible. I was once young in that age, and to have this programming and these awards and the Jimmy Awards available to our students of New York. I'm a New Yorker born and bred.
Yeah.
Go Knicks. So it's really beautiful to see the children and how musical theater has touched everyone's lives, especially being from New York. So, yeah.
How do you think if you had these programs back when you were younger, how it would have like helped you get into this industry?
Well, I am a rare breed in this industry where I am actually born and bred in New York. So I was fortunate enough to grow up in Broadway's backyard, and I grew up as a dancer. So I always had the dance experience and the exposure. But I think something specific like the Roger Rees Awards would have really sculpted my journey into musical theater. I found my way here, and I got here eventually. But I think, thank you. I think the mentorship of the Roger Rees and this programming really gives students a trajectory to where they want to be in the arts. So,
Well, thank you for Disney of doing this too, and thank you for being a judge tonight.
Oh, thank you so
Great to see you. Have the best time tonight. You look gorgeous. Have a great time. And joining us now is Rick Ellis. How are you?
How are you?
Well, first of all, it's great to see you.
It's great to see you too. You've had such a busy season.
No, tell Rick who you are.
I'm Chloe Pusey.
Hi,
I'm
Chloe.
a senior reporter. I won the journalism award.
Good for you.
She won it already, so that's why she's on the live carpet
And
with me.
journalism won the Preakness yesterday,
Yeah.
so there you are. It's a winter week for journalism.
Oh yeah.
Good.
So we've already done, she did the Boop carpet with me for the opening of Boop, and now it's her first live carpet with me here at the Roger Rees Awards.
Boop, written by my great friend and collaborator Bob Martin, the indefatigable Bob Martin, who's in Atlanta right now.
Really?
Working on another new musical that he's written with the legendary Adam Gettle.
Well, let's just start with that because you two collaborated this season on another musical.
Oh, that's right, we did. It's called Smash.
Totally.
I only remember that. I only remember it because you're in the poster.
Thank you. No, but they're also a sponsor of tonight. They're presenting the
Yes.
Roger Rees Awards.
Bless them
Yeah.
for doing it. It's
Just talk about writing for the theater, what that means to you.
Well, I'm nervous speaking to an actual journalist because I never set out to be a writer. I just kind of backed into it, like almost everything in my life. I've kind of been a pinball in my life. I got asked to write a show probably because I was the very, very last person that they called. I certainly would have been the last person I called. But because everyone in someone's Rolodex said no, I said, I got a call, and I thought, well, why not? I'll see what that's like. I've never done it before. I'll see what it's like. And because that turned out to be successful, I got asked to do another one, and then another one, and then another one. And otherwise, I suppose I would be in the corner with a push broom waiting, and I'd be cleaning up after Richie Ridge because, there are worse occupations than that.
Well, listen, what tonight means to you, this is the 15th anniversary, the 15th Roger Rees Awards.
Oh, it's incredible,
I mean,
isn't it?
are you able to put it into words?
Adam Chandler Barat, who
Yeah.
played Peter originally, and Peter in the Starcatcher on Broadway, which Roger directed with Alex Timbers, called me yesterday from Philadelphia early in the morning, and he said, "I just had the most amazing dream about Roger, and he gave me these amazing notes." And I'm going to do everything that he said. And I said, well, that was probably you're giving yourself notes, subconsciously. He said, yes, but when Roger gives me the notes, I know to listen to them. So I'm glad, Raj was a great guy, and by all rights, he should be standing here. And he was such a great man of the theater, and he spent his whole life being a man of the theater, and he was, he was a swell actor.
Yeah.
But as a theater maker and director, he seemed to have this ability to impart such passion and such art to the actors who were in his casts. And that was I think for me that was the great thrill of watching him professionally. So I think it's beautiful that this program keeps his name alive, but he really did believe in mentorship, and he really did believe in the educational importance of keeping theater sort of top of mind for people your age and for people my age and everybody else in between.
Everybody.
And that it really is the cure for what ails us. And if you believe that, then you're a Roger Rees type of person. And I'm just very thrilled personally that we get to say his name a lot today.
I just love that he was mentored by the Royal
Shakespeare
Company, mentored by them. And then, he came to Broadway. We first saw him in Nicholas Nickleby here, and it was life-changing for so many people.
Well, yes. In fact, just last week, Ian McKellen gave an interview in The Guardian, I believe it was, my favorite play. They're doing that with, I guess, actors series. And anyway, Ian's ran last week, and his favorite play of his whole lifetime of theater making and being in plays and also seeing plays was Nicholas Nickleby. And there it was. Somebody sent me a clip from over in England, and there's a beautiful picture of Roger and Susan Littler, who was the original Kate Nickleby. And I thought, wow, 40 plus years later, people are still talking about it as a signal event in their lifetime of theater going. And I think that's great. It was the Royal Shakespeare Company doing what the Royal Shakespeare Company was sort of conceived to do and was meant to do, which is to say, two directors, a writer, and a novel, and 40 actors made something out of thin air and the novel, an unwieldy 800-page novel, made a piece of theater that all these years later people are still talking about. It's kind of wonderful.
And I also think that was the first show that the Schuberts and the Nederlanders produced together.
That's
So it was
right.
a big joining of a lot of things that
Well,
changed
it was like
a
the
lot.
Hatfield and McCoys, like they had never worked together, and there was always this intense rivalry between the Schuberts and the Nederlanders. And Liz McCann and Nell Nugent brought them together. Manny Eisenberg was involved in that too, and brought them together because it was way too expensive for any one producer to do, and it was the opposite of a money-making scheme. They knew they were going to lose money because there were so many actors and so many per diems and so many hotel rooms and so many set pieces and costume pieces to move and put in, and they were only playing for 14 weeks, so they knew they weren't going to make money. It was just a question of how little were they going to lose. And it started sort of as a dodgy prospect, as they would call it over there, but then cover of Time magazine happened, and suddenly you couldn't get a ticket.
Well, listen, congratulations on tonight, and thank you for the continuation of this. I watched the whole opening speech. We watched the opening number. Chloe watched the closing number. It's so exciting to see the future up there. And it happens
they
here.
are
It
the
starts
future.
here at the Roger Rees. So thank you as always, Rick.
Thank you.
Had the best time tonight.
Thanks.
He's looking
Chloe,
down.
Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Have the best time. Oh, joining us now is Jenny Gersten. from City Center. Look at you. How are you?
How are you doing
Jenny.
tonight? I'm Chloe.
Nice to meet you, Chloe.
So she won the Journalism Award
I
already.
figured. Yes,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. Now, what is your whole title at City Center?
I am just newly named
Yeah.
the Vice President and Artistic Director of Musical Theater at New York City Center, which means I program both the Encores, three
Yeah.
musicals, and the Fall Gala.
Boy, I just got goosebumps. That is so well deserved, so well earned. And welcome
I
to
have
the
the best job.
You do have the best job in town because we see you every time we go to the run throughs,
Yes,
the
the
meet and greets, and
rehearsals,
there
yeah.
you are. Like here we're putting on a whole other show there, at Encores. How thrilled are you to be here tonight?
I'm thrilled. I mean, this is, we love the legacy of musical
Yeah.
theater at City Center. That's what it's all about, is preserving and celebrating and introducing it to new generations. So having the opportunity to be introduced to a new generation of people who want to be part of musical theater
Yeah.
feels like a natural continuation of what I get to do professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, as a judge tonight, what are you looking for the most in all of these performers?
Probably passion more than anything. Seeing how the art takes them to a new level is kind of the thing that is the most inspiring and often the thing that brings an audience in closer. And that's what you will look for in any performer. So I think that's right.
Yeah, the flow state that you get just on stage. I said no, the flow state that you get on stage. Yeah. So, do you get any inspiration coming to the Roger Rees Awards after you see them?
Oh, that's a great question. I definitely get introduced to material that I haven't heard or seen in a while. I love seeing what the entrants or the are bringing in, what they're doing at their schools, and what's inspiring their communities is always really interesting to me. And also interpretation, right? I never thought of that way of going into that song can be very inspiring.
Did you have this when you were growing up? No, but seriously, wouldn't this have been great if we could have participated in this? I just asked Beth Level.
You could have participated. I would have gone as an audience member.
Did you ever want to be an actress?
I was bad at it.
Were you real?
I was
No.
bad. I was truly bad. Yeah. I knew it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, of course, the people who don't know, your father, of course,
Yes.
Bernard Gersten, was one of the greatest
Yeah.
producers of all time, beginning with Joseph Papp at the Public Theater, and then working with the Schuberts uptown on the Michael Bennett shows and everything else. And then your mom.
And Lincoln Center Theater.
Yeah, of course.
Which we're
Lincoln-
celebrating tonight also.
Totally.
Yep.
Your father, what a career your father has. And talk about your mother's career.
And my mom
Yeah.
was a dancer originally,
Yeah.
but then ran a dance company and then was responsible for for finding new uses for sort of real estate in New York City. She helped reinvent 42nd
42nd Street.
She built the Joyce Theater, which is
Yeah.
a theater for dance. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
And the Duke and everything else
Yeah,
just
exactly.
totally revitalized.
Yeah, yeah.
What a family you come from.
I know. It's very incredible.
So I knew that if you weren't going to become an actress, you at least were going to put a producer's cap on or a director's cap because
Yeah.
it's all in your DNA.
Yeah, yeah. I really wanted to be doing
Yeah.
what my dad did.
Yeah.
I knew from a young age.
Well,
yeah.
you're doing it. And so how thrilled are you to be here tonight? This is the 15th annual Roger Rees Awards.
I'm thrilled. First of all, this new location at
Yeah.
Symphony Space is exciting. I
Yeah.
hear that the orchestra is on stage, which, as a New York City Center Encores devotee, I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that the orchestra is being put
Yeah.
front and center with these student performers. I think it's 30 students
Yeah.
in the orchestra, which sounds incredible. And honestly, Roger Rees and I
Yeah.
go back a long time. He worked at the Williamstown Theater Festival when I was a young theater producer, and of course was in The Visit many years later,
Yeah.
toward the end of his life. So, which was a show that I programmed at
Yeah.
Williamstown. So, I'm thrilled to be affiliated with his legacy and see this new generation of.
I just love that the
performers.
theater gives you a full circle moment.
Yeah, and also City Center sponsors the designers,
Yep.
all of the student designers here, as well as the orchestra. So very proud that City Center can participate directly, as well as me being the judge.
Have the best time tonight.
Thanks. Nice to meet you, Chloe.
And always a pleasure, my love, to see you. Oh my gosh, we have the host of the evening coming in to see us.
Evan.
Look at you. Neighbor, how are you?
Hi, neighbor. How are you?
Chloe-
Long time
Totally.
no see.
So you two are up there together. Chloe won the journalism award here.
I heard. Quite an honor, yes?
Now, why don't you just introduce yourself to the people who are watching live at Broadway World?
Hello, everyone at Broadway World. I'm Kevin Delagula. I am tonight's host.
So what do you want to know from him as a host?
What do you want to know?
Got a tough job.
I don't know. What are you most excited about as being the host?
I'm just excited to watch all of the nominees perform. They're all so sickeningly talented. It's really amazing to watch, like so much talent on one stage. So, yeah, I'm thrilled to watch that.
Did you have this growing up?
No,
Did you go
that's
to
the
theater
problem.
school?
I
Tell
didn't
me.
have anything.
Yeah.
I had nothing. My high school didn't have a drama club. It had nothing. And so I knew I wanted to perform when I was young, but I had no outlet. I had nothing to do. My mom had to drive me to a community college at 8 o'clock at night to take improv classes with grown-ups.
And how old were you?
I was maybe 16,
Okay.
something like that. But it was actually a great class. It was a great intro to acting, to be in improv with community college players. Yeah, no, that's why I'm thrilled for these guys. They have like so many things at their disposal to kind of nurture their talents and really, allow them to get experience and perform and enjoy it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yeah. I wish I had this stuff when I was a kid, but I get to host it now.
Oh yeah. So what was your journey like just getting into this industry? Like I know you said the community college classes, but after that, what else happened?
Well, I went to school to be an actor. I went to college in Santa Barbara, UCSB, to become an actor. And then I went to grad school after that because I was afraid of going off into the real world.
Yeah.
And then I moved to New York after that. And me and my unemployed actor friends would sit around, and I also wrote, so we would self-produce some of the things that I wrote, and pretty soon I had two careers. I was an actor and a writer, and I would direct some of the things, so I've just been diversifying my entire career, basically. Yeah.
But what's also exciting is you wrote Altar Boys, co-wrote Altar Boys, another big hit that ran in town and around the world.
Yes, that was the thing that kind of put me on the map. I was
Yeah.
no longer just a guy writing stuff. I was that guy who wrote Altar Boys.
And like I sing and dance too, right?
Well, people would get confused.
Yeah.
They'd say, "Oh, you." Alex Timbers would often
Yeah.
call me in for something, and he would say, "You should see Kevin for this." And they'd say, "Kevin the writer?" And he was like, "No, Kevin the actor. You got to see him act." And it was very confusing to people. But
Now,
hopefully
being
they've
a
caught on.
dad, anything rubbing off in your household now?
Luckily, my son is not not acting.
Yeah.
He's a musician. He thinks acting, and he's like acting schmacting. I hang out with the guys in the pit. Like,
See?
So yeah, he enjoys music. Yeah, he's.
Well, we have a few more people waiting on our live carpet. Kevin, have the best time tonight.
Thank
See you later.
Yes, yes.
Good to see you, my friend.
You too.
Always a pleasure. I think we have Susan Lee. Oh, no. I know who's coming in now. Come on in. Oh, my gosh. We've already met. How are you?
Hi, so good to see you
This
again.
is meet Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. Good to meet you.
She won our journalism
You too.
award. Now-
Oh, Chloe, that's fantastic. And Chloe, are you from Manhasset?
Yeah.
Chloe, I graduated from Manhasset High School years ago. So congratulations.
Our town, right?
What? Yeah, I was in our town, right? Many, many years ago.
You knew
I
that?
can't believe that you
Yes.
looked that up.
See?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
The
and-
posters on the wall in the theater lab.
oh my gosh. Okay. Yes.
See, she does her homework.
She did. So this is why she is
Yeah.
holding the mic right now.
Now
right?
tell everybody who you are.
Who I am. My name is Lisa Drance, and I teach theater, a curricular program at North Babylon High School, and I direct the shows there.
Now,
So-
she's getting a special inaugural award tonight.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah. Teacher award. How are you
Yeah.
feeling about that?
I am feeling completely shocked, humbled, honored, everything, all the feels, all the feels.
Roller coaster.
Totally roller coaster. So honored. I mean, this is such a prestigious event and an award, and so go set. Here we are, and go North Babylon Bulldogs, my high school that I'm teaching at right now, and also Babylon Village Schools. I taught there for 17 years and ran the theater program there, and that's where I kind of like learned how to be a director. So I want to give a shout out to Babylon Village Schools too. So yeah, so thank you, and impressive to you too. I'm so happy.
you.
Because I wanted to ask Chloe, I asked her if she was an actress, and she says, I like to do a lot of behind the scenes sort of stuff.
We need the
so
behind the
were you
scenes
ever,
kids.
did you want to be an actress?
Always,
Okay.
always, yes.
Of
so,
course. Look,
always,
Our Town.
right?
Who'd you play
Okay.
in Our Town?
I was Emily. I was Emily.
Nice.
And I was also Hetty LaRue in How to Succeed in Business. So very different parts. So anyway, yeah, and I was in the theater program since ninth grade there, and it's a very strong theater program, and and hoping that all theater programs are strong. I know, incredible. This is, it's got it, and I saw The Outsiders, and it was done at the grade school there. It was wonderful. And this year we did Shrek, and we also did The Miracle Worker. So we did.
What a different mix from Shrek to The Miracle Worker.
Yes.
Good for you,
Yeah.
seriously.
Well, I'm actually bringing up someone, Dominic Napoli directed Shrek, and I directed The Miracle Worker, and we're just trying to spread the love and teach the next gen and keep it going, right? Yeah, so it's great. I'm so happy to be here tonight. So thrilled. It's really an honor.
Well,
really
congratulations
wonderful.
on this inaugural award that you're getting tonight,
it's
right?
unbelievable. So thrilled, happy, proud, honored, humbled, and it's incredible.
Well, thank you for being a teacher and just moving it forward. Someone looking
Next
out for the kids, the next generation
right,
of kids
next
and performers.
generation. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And my high school theater teacher is going to be here this evening as well, John Shorter, yes. And so,
Beautiful.
yes, it's great. And I have a student from Babylon Village who became a high school theater teacher in Hoboken High
Nice.
School. And he was the first one to premiere Harry Potter. So,
That's great.
so isn't that great? So just keep it going. Keep it going.
Have the best time tonight.
Thank you
Good to
so
see you
much.
as always.
It was so good to
enjoy
to
it up
see
there.
you.
Really
Okay,
nice. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chloe. That's great.
That's
Okay,
wonderful.
take
So we
care.
have a Broadway legend coming up here now. What am I? Oh, you are. Conrad, first meet Chloe. Chloe, tell Conrad who you are and what you won.
I won the journalism award for Roger Rees.
Amazing. Well, you've got a great mentor.
Oh yeah.
Who are you looking
best.
at? No, totally.
Yeah,
No,
over
so
there,
she,
back
she already did the boot carpet with me, so she's really great. She already received this incredible award. So it's her first
Amazing.
live carpet doing it here for the Roger
yay.
Rees. So what do you want to find out from Conrad?
Yeah. Ask me anything.
What are you most excited about for tonight, like during the showcase?
I'm just excited to see the enthusiasm, the talent, and just, being in the industry as long as we've been, sometimes you can get a little jaded. So I'm excited to have that shot of like pure just joy in performing. So yeah, because I need that reminder as well sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be looking out for the most, like during these performances from the students?
I think presence is for me, just stage presence is above all, I think a huge asset in a performer. And then like technical skills in terms of, singing, dancing, acting. How does a performer use their body in interpretation of a song? But overall, I just like the ability to be present in the moment, because you can make up for a lot of things if you are present in the moment. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to judging? I mean, I find it really difficult. I would give everybody like
Me
a 10.
too. I know.
Seriously.
It's going to be really hard. I also just remember so clearly how hard it is, how hard high school is. And the fear of judgment, and then asking to be a judge for this. I didn't do theater until I was in my early 20s, because I grew up on Air Force bases, and there was no theater like on Air Force bases in the 90s. So to just the fact that these like high schoolers are getting up in front of people, I am in awe of. Because it took me a long time before I was able to summon that courage to not only be in front of people, then to express yourself in the way that I'm sure that they're going to be amazing at.
It's difficult. So what was your journey like in terms of getting into this industry and everything?
Yeah, I played competitive tennis growing up and went to undergrad on a tennis scholarship, and then I had to fill out my academic curriculum and took an acting class on a whim my junior year in college. Yeah, I was, I think 19 or 20, and got assigned this monologue from Lemon Sky by Lanford Wilson, and it dealt with a teenager who was trying to come to terms with their estranged parent, and that was my experience. And I read it, and I was like, it resonated with me, and I felt like I could speak with authority. I felt like I didn't have to act it because I knew this experience, and I felt this electricity in front of people, and I was like, I want to keep doing this. I want to do it like with something that is not so similar. See if I summon that same like electricity again.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's addictive too. Yeah.
Well, listen, have the best time tonight. And just thank you for all the joy you're all giving to audiences with Oh Mary at the
Thank
Lyceum
you.
Theater, and welcome back to the fold with the show. The original cast is all back.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, we're excited to be back
Yeah.
and excited for the Tonys and
Yeah.
we've been doing the press
Yeah.
slog, and this has been the kindest
Yeah.
interview that I've ever experienced. So thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Listen, Carmen, have the best time tonight, my
Thanks,
friend. Good to
Richie.
see you.
so
Always
good
a
to see you.
pleasure. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations. You're doing it.
Have a great
Yeah.
time tonight, my friends. Come on down. Who are you, sir?
I'm Jim Hoare.
Oh, wonderful.
From Theatrical Rights Worldwide.
Very nice to meet you. Chloe, tell him who you are.
Oh, we met.
Oh, you
earlier.
met upstairs already? Totally.
Yes, we did.
So, how excited are you to be here
I'm
tonight?
very excited to be here. This is our first time that we're doing this brand new teacher award,
Yes.
and we're sponsoring that award, which I'll present tonight. And it's, all of these kids have been here for 15 years, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't have been here were it not for some seriously dedicated teachers. So,
Because we just had the winner
yes,
of the
Lisa?
teacher. How so wonderful of what teachers do, especially with the arts being cut back and everything else right
Absolutely
across
right.
the board.
Teachers are the ones where
Yeah.
it comes to 2:30, they're only halfway through their day.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting that they're so underpaid, yet they're the ones who make the future for whatever business anyone wants to go into, or
Correct.
just to survive in life?
Yep.
We all remember a teacher that
That's
gave
right.
us something. If it's confidence of just to be, right, Chloe? Like there must be teachers that you
My
know.
theater teacher is actually the only reason why I won this award. Shout out
See?
Victoria DeCarlo at Manhasset High
And
School.
I just saw your theater teacher
Yeah.
sitting over there. Yes, she's here. So that's
So
great.
being a part of the Roger Rees Awards and this inaugural award that you started this year, what it means to you personally?
Well, I was a theater teacher for 31 years
Yeah.
on Long Island as well, and I've seen the level of work that these people put
Yeah.
in. And, most theater teachers that I know, like most directors, just sort of like to sit in the background. We
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
to have any light shining on us. We want to see the light shining on the students. So it's really nice to finally have an opportunity to shine it on those few teachers who, make things happen.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they-
thank you for doing that. It means the world to so many teachers. I mean,
so
she's
much.
so happy to be receiving
She
this
is.
award.
She is.
And-
Very excited.
yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for
So
doing what
very
you do.
happy
Have
to
the
be here.
best time
Thank you so
tonight at
much.
the
I'm
Roger
looking
Rees.
forward to
Really
it.
nice.
See you
Thank you
later.
very
See you
much. So here we are. So you were busy upstairs, Rachel, right?
Well, not quite this upstairs, but we're having a really good time celebrating all of the youth of New York.
So tell me what you're doing here tonight.
I am, as the executive director of the Jimmy Awards and the National High School Musical Theater Awards, I'm here to celebrate our New York nominees who will be selected and announced tonight.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yep. So I think so. Two of them who win tonight will then move on to the Jimmys, right?
That is correct. We have 110 nominees from 55 cities across the whole country, and two of them, one Best Actor and one Best Actress, will be representing the New York area. Very exciting.
So this is really great because she already won the journalism prize. That's why she's
Phenomenal.
here with me tonight. I mean, we're catching up with everybody. But I mean, what
Excellent.
this means to you, this is the 15th anniversary of the Roger Rees Awards. What
Yes.
it means to you.
Well, I think it's fantastic
Yeah.
that there are all of these wonderful programs across the country
Yeah.
that are celebrating the talented youth and the student reporters. And what's really great is it's the 16th anniversary for the Jimmy Awards. And so this was one of the very
Yeah.
first programs that came and brought students. And we love our partnership with them.
Yeah, it's amazing. What are you most excited for about the actual showcase tonight?
Well, I've heard that they have some very exciting special events because it's the 15th anniversary. They've been keeping it under wraps, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to expect. Oh, really? That's so exciting. But what's really great is any time that we can support teachers,
Yeah.
arts in schools, really celebrating talented students who know that this is a potential career path is really exciting to us, and I'm so delighted to be here.
Have the best time tonight.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you upstairs.
Excellent. Looking forward to it.
Great.
As the director, what are you most excited for tonight?
I think what I'm excited most for tonight is celebrating not just the 50 nominees on stage, but all the other award categories that the Roger Rees Awards has added to their portfolio. So we're honoring you, the student reporter, as well as a full orchestra and design awards and our New Faces students. And there are a few surprises this evening that we're adding for our 15th anniversary celebration. Yeah.
So, what do you think? Why is it important to have the variety of different categories of awards for the Roger Rees Awards?
I think the theater industry is so has expanded, and there are so many wonderful things happening in the local high schools, not only here in New York City, but the greater New York area and all over the country. So I think adding these awards and recognizing these students gives them the ability to get that theater spark. And not only there's performers, but the stage managers and the backstage hands and the program managers and the company managers. It really gets that spark and that drive going, and we want to make sure that they are able to get that experience right here at the local level.
That's amazing. And how has the journey been, like organizing this entire show? And like I saw little tidbits of it because I came in super early. I was like, oh, hello, Theo.
The journey has been insane and crazy, but it's crazy in the best way. Seeing the passion and the drive that everybody that is involved with our programming along the way. So we start with over 400 students for our outstanding performer category who get adjudicated in their schools. Then we have our nominee selection phase with 160, and then we have to dwindle that down to 50. So even all along the way, and we've seen it on our social media, even people that don't get to the showcase weekend are celebrating the students and their friends that are, and it's really building a wonderful community for the Roger Rees Awards, and that's what we're all about, the experience.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And then what are you going to miss most about this?
This is one of our absolute favorite events of the week that the Broadway Education Alliance produces. I think, as soon as the curtain goes down tonight, we are all busy planning for next year. So planning starts immediately. I think what I'll miss the most is we did a lot of special things and snippets this year, like as small as changing the color of the t-shirts. And everybody's been really, really excited about all the little changes moving forward, and the strides that the Roger Rees are taking to, involve as many students in our programming as possible.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for the future. Have a great time at the show tonight as the director. Ooh, it's a lot of pressure.
Thanks, Chloe.
Of course.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, our conference almost over, but you just gave a big shout out to your teacher, and you said because of your theater teacher
Yes.
is why you think you won this journalist
Well, it's
award,
because
right?
she actually, she told me, she was like, yeah, like Chloe, I know you do broadcast and theater,
Yeah.
but you should totally try and check out this award. And I was like, I'll do it, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
And now I'm here.
All right, we also talked about that. I asked you if you were an actress, and you said you sing a little, but you play instruments, and you'd like to rather work behind the scenes of how a show
Yeah.
works, right?
In that sense, but not
Okay.
in the journalism sense, because I'm almost always in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So it's a fun time.
You love
I feel
being
like it's
a journalist,
different.
don't
It's different
you?
than acting, though. It's a different kind of role.
Yeah.
I feel.
But you love being a journalist, don't you?
100%.
Finding out what makes people tick.
I'm going to
and-
school for it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think the show is getting ready to begin. How much
I'm
fun did you have
excited.
tonight?
A lot of fun.
Okay, so everybody join us right upstairs for the 15th annual Roger Rees Awards. And you get to go on stage tonight and do some stuff,
I
right?
get to go to a podium. I'm excited.
We'll go upstairs, all right?
100%.
And everybody will see you at the theater. Take care.
Bye.